See if I make a contribution to the post-mortem of the election. I just watched it was a short, which is always a bad idea. Stephanie Rule and Eddie Glaude, Eddie Glaude, fantastic thinker, person, etc. And you know they're struggling over the reason why so many people voted for Trump, and Eddie is saying that the main reason he thinks is racism, probably connected to misogyny, and Stephanie Rule was saying that it was about the economy, which is big for Stephanie because she's a very rich person. I like her quite a bit, but you know I wouldn't last 5 minutes in an argument with her because there isn't one to have really. I mean there is, and so there isn't. But whatever the reasons, it keeps coming to me, whatever the reasons for the loss of the last election, rather like the one with Hillary Clinton, it struck me at the time, because there were similar conclusions. Hillary, to be non-misogynist, you have to give Hillary her due that she lost that election, which she didn't in fact lose. The founding fathers won that election for Donald Trump, Electoral College, etc. But give her the credit for having lost it on her ownsome, right? This is my plea. I've already lost enough friends and had arguments with the rest, so I don't really care anymore. But I didn't vote for Harris or Trump. Neither of them represent what I am about. In fact, neither did the person I did vote for particularly. Bernie is not running, and there is no other Bernie, unfortunately. Male, female, black, white, whatever. Neither represent what I'm about. She is a Democrat, like all Democrats since, as far as I can tell, I was too young to really critically look at Robert Kennedy Sr. I have known about in office or running for office. They have all been against universal health care, pro-capitalism, courtiers of billionaires, supremacist, exceptionalist, Islamophobic, and warmongering. I'm not those things. I have many, many flaws, but those are not them. These are a few issues they seem to share. There are a few issues they seem to share with me, but then why didn't the darlings codify Roe when they could, as a for instance, or create a public option when they could, or die on that hill? You can convince me Trump is even worse, massively worse. But that doesn't cut it, really, in these critical days. These are critical days, I think, historically critical days. Things are falling apart. The center cannot hold. And what it is pointing at in my psyche is that as they shatter, we can see the great things possible, or the greatness possible. I'm not good on the word great particularly. So that the weakness of that argument becomes more vivid after generations of hearing it. And I have heard it for generations. Vote for the Democrats because they're better than the Republicans. And maybe all the Democratic voters really were thinking, oh gosh, these people are great. These, Bill Clinton was great. Barack Obama was great. Obama was certainly, I really enjoyed his persona, his intelligence and his humor and stuff like that. But sorry, no. Presidency, no. Exceptionalism, no. I can't do it. the weakness of the argument, becomes more vivid after generations of hearing it. And, crucial, if any of the fantasy narrative of U.S. democracy and its apparently faux values, even the tiniest bit had any agency, Trump's worst, even his best impulse would be checked. Not balanced, checked. You fear tyranny because you live in one. In the universal admission that the U.S. president could override the elected body, the collective that is the U.S. government, all the rest, this fact is aided, not checked, by the magic papers. You must know you are not in a democracy except in the lipstick sense, and oligarchy is always in the wings. So let's be really clear. The Constitution creates a president of such overwhelming power that it doesn't matter really which side they're on, the suspicion is always of tyranny. So the Republicans will say that the Democrats are being communist, i.e. tyrannous. The Democrats will turn and say that the Republicans are being fascist, because in a very real sense they are, because that is your system. The antonym of populism, populism. The antonym of populism is look it up. That is your ism. Right? Just please grasp that. There's no doubt in my mind that racism thrives in the Western world. Why you and Kamala don't see this at work in Palestine stumps me big time. Why American power has funded this relationship for 80 years without demur is revealing and revolting. Perhaps racism did cost Harris the White House. Perhaps the repulsiveness of Trump and his felonies should have weighed more in people's minds, where it obviously didn't weigh in the minds of the writers of the Constitution. Why they disqualify felons from voting but not running for the highest office, you might want to investigate. So let's imagine that the main reasons are, as you suggest, that 72 million voters are stupid, racist, pro-rape, pro-theocracy, anti-trans people, if you would even call them people. Okay, that's fine. It may be true. I'm not talking to them. I did vote against Kamala Harris for none of those reasons, and there was plenty reason enough beside. That you cannot see this is shocking, nay fascist. From the hue and cry, it seems, my reasons are disbelieved or considered irrelevant. Fair enough. Maybe it was just me, but I doubt it.